Good evening. Lieutenant Governor Patrick told us earlier Texas would be one of the few state capitals to remain open to the public, especially in view of the events of the past year and especially the past week. And Patrick stayed true to his word. Bells called both the Texas House and Senate to chambers just before the noon hour in a Capitol buzzing with activity, not just from politicians and staff, but tourists and reporters as well. People walked freely through the halls of the Capitol building with the kind of decorum usually reserved for a library and not a home for sometimes raucous political debate. The Texas Department of Public Safety had hundreds of state troopers scattered throughout the Capitol complex, so if any trouble did erupt, it got handled, and it got handled quickly and quietly. Then, at the stroke of noon, the gavel fell, and the business of the people of the state of Texas began.
The Senate of the 80th Senate Legislature.
Even though today's events were largely symbolic and ceremonial, they remained an important symbol that Texas lawmakers mean business, even if they won't go down to the most serious business, like the budget, education, and redistricting, until next month. Now, as the 87th Texas Legislature gets down to business, cities throughout the Lone Star State hope to get a little help. Help with something they call unfunded mandates. What's that? Well, those are things that lawmakers force cities to do without giving them the money to pay for it. And in Central Texas, that's something that has hit some cities much harder than it has others.
Killeen, on the doorstep of Fort Hood, may have more veterans living in its city limits than any other in Texas. Veterans who by state law don't have to pay property taxes. In many ways, some call that a good thing. But on the other hand, others say it creates a huge burden.
We're proud of our veterans and all that here. We have such a large amount of veterans that are 100% exempt, and nothing wrong with that. You know, we want them to get all the benefits that they rightly deserve.
And when other taxpayers have to pony up that difference, that becomes a problem.
It's just, okay, you guys did it at the state level, so shouldn't you figure out a way to compensate cities that have been affected?
And that's money that goes to fire, police, even trash pickup. Another thing affecting cities, COVID, something every voter knows.
What everything orbits around right now is the pandemic.
Many hope the state will throw a little more financial help to local governments to administer the COVID vaccine. Then there's just growth in appraisals, in taxes, in neighborhoods, making Killeen almost a bedroom community of Austin. Also updating water, sewer, and roads in the city's older neighborhoods. And one more important growth issue.
The other big thing that for our area that we're saying it's going to have tremendous growth is our education.
And by that, he means A&M Central Texas, which gets bigger and more important by the day. But much of what may happen in any of these important areas hinges on what lawmakers do at the Capitol. Killeen hopes to see an easing of the burden of those unfunded mandates.
So cities like Killeen say, well, many agree on the value of those mandates, making a relative few pay for it. Well, that creates a burden for everyone inside those city limits where they have to do that. We're live at the Texas State Capitol tonight. Dennis Turner, 25 News. Back to you.